me Thursday night, 10 o'clock. You can see I've got the lights on the pond. Why am I making a video at this time of night? That you say. It is what it is. The reason I'm making a video is just to show you this. The sleeper pond, as you know, is having fluke problems. I've documented that on the last video. So I thought what I'll do, I'll give it a dose of PP. So what I have done is I've gone majorly heavy with the PP. You know me, I've said it before, I'll push the boundaries, always do. Sometimes to my own detriment, but I've done it again tonight. Now, as you know, I remeasured the sleeper pond this year and I've got 700 gallon, near as damn it. 700 gallon of water, and the amount of PP I've put in here tonight is enough to treat a 3,000 gallon pond. Do your own maths. So initially I put 2,000 gallons worth in. Now if you know your measurements on PP, you'll know exactly where I am. So I put 2,000 gallons worth of PP in to start with. Fish have coped fine, and over the last 4 hours now I've added a little bit. I put another 7 grams together, and I had a little bit more. So it's now, it's still got that purple to it. The windrow very clean, so I do apologise. Still got a bit of purple to it. So they've had the 4 hours. So I'm about to put a bit of hydrogen peroxide in. Yes, it is the 12%, so I don't need to use so much. I shall then give it 15 minutes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about 25 grams of that in, which again, going on the dosage rate on the back of this packet, it's you know, the dosage at 10 mil or 10 grams per 1,000 gallon. So I'm going to be putting 20 grams in here. Might even put 25 in yet, because I was having a conversation earlier with Tony Barker again. As you know, I have a lot of conversations with Tony. I was just talking in general about sort of treatments these days, fluke treatments and so on and so forth. Now, the manufacturers, I know they're probably governed by the EU laws and one thing and another. But he was telling me about one certain brand, which I ain't going to name. And on their packet, I think he said, quote me if I'm wrong, I'm sure he'll put me right. I'm sure he said they've got 0.03%, no, 0.3% of this of this treatment, what basically kills the flukes in the packet. So it's 0.3%, and then there's 97% of clay. You know what I mean? What chance have we got as koi hobbyists, koi keepers? What chance have you got? Now, again, he said, well, what happens if you don't mix right and you don't even get that 0.3% in? You've just got clay, which is right. It's right. Years ago, we used to use a product called flubanol, which is a big wormer, and you used to use 1 gram of that for every 89 gallon. And it was one hit wonder, and the flukes was gone. You'd have no problem. And it was a brilliant product, and I think that was something like 1%, but it was proper. It was the proper stuff. So now I'm struggling. Is it down to EU laws? I don't know. I really don't know. But something's got to change, because it's costing us a fortune, and we're getting nowhere with these flukes. So if any manufacturers are out there, you better start looking at what you're doing, because you're just ripping the koi hobbyists off. That's why people are going to other stuff, sheep dips, you know, stuff like that. I mean, flubanol was a pig wormer. Now they're going to sheep dips. Well, sheep dips stuff has been around for a long time. Superverm, if you've never heard of it, been around for a long time. But anyway, that's me babbling on about the good old days, which have gone now. As I said, there's 3,000 gallons worth of PP in this pond. Hydrogen peroxide is going in now. Oh, forgive my finger. So as I said, it's 12%. Ooh, fizzy. Getting jizzy with the fizzy there, look. You know, I don't measure it. There's enough in there now. I know, I remember Kobe coming to me last week and saying, oh, does anybody get 100 mil? Because I need to put 100 mil in. 100 mil is way too much. I don't think that's burning me net. 100 mil is way too much. I never used to use 100 mil in the old pond, and that was 4,000 gallon. And he's got 3,000, I think. But anyway, that's what I do. Just a glug. And as you can see, he's taking the colour away already. Give that, I don't know, 10 minutes. At the most, 10 minutes, and that'll be crystal clear. And it'll be ready for me to put this fluke treatment in. So while that's sorting itself out, I'll go and get that weighed and get it ready to go in. This stuff, yes, I've used it before. They had a 50 gram packet in. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I think it was. I put 50 grams in there. Just tipped it in the bio and let it do what it's got to do. This is going to go on the downpipe of the pod, come back up through the Tempest. So it's going to go down the downpipe of the pod. Oh, I've left my UV on. I thought I'd switch that off. And it'll come back up through the Tempest, but I'm going to, of course it can, yeah. Donut. So it'll come back up through the Tempest. I'm going to bubble the Tempest up. Turn the UV off as well, I think now. I thought I'd turned it off before. I'm surprised the BP lasted so long. So I'll stick it down there. That'll bubble up. That'll be breaking everything up and dissolving it in the water as it goes through. And then it's through the return and away. And then I'm going to bed. As I said, it's 10 o'clock. There you go. Fish are starting to come round already. They have actually been looking for food during this PP treatment. Not all of them, I've seen a few of them round the top. We'll wait for this to clear. We'll wait for it to clear and we'll see how everything is. Of course you'll have through the pond window because the window needs, you can see a bloody fake line here, the window needs cleaning again. So there you go, that's my little rattle about bloody fluke treatments and stuff. So I'm just going to get these done now and then I'll report back to you tomorrow. I've got Tony Barker coming tomorrow. He's bringing me some fish for the main pond. Some fish I purchased off him a few weeks ago. Hoping them up tomorrow, so we'll be putting them in. And also I'll show you what else I've bought. Well, I might do. There's no rush with that though. I bought something else anyway. Oh, and the 450 gallon pond has gone as well. That's been sold. I might document that because it's going to be somebody who you know who fetches that. So I might document that. But anyway, next to his dog's on the rattle now, so I'll catch you later in a bit. So there you have it, that's all in now. So I'm going to leave that bubble away for a bit. The pond's at 24 degrees. So I brought the temperature up as well. So I'm going to let them sit in that now and I'll check them in the morning before I go to work. And we'll see how they are. Happy days. Catch you later in a bit. So, all that within 10 minutes. Personally, the way I do it probably are the best way to do it. I ain't saying it's the right way to do it, but whenever I do a PP, it's a thin mucus like I've done tonight. I'll put the hydrogen peroxide in. I'll give 10 minutes and then the fluke stuff goes in, and that's it. It's like one hit then. One hit. It's a prolonged hit, but it's one hit. And I pretty much guarantee that in the morning these will be up looking for food, ravenous, guaranteed. They was up looking for food while the PP was in, but it is what it is. So it's a bit cloudy now, so of course what's going on. I'm just hoping, touch wood, and there's plenty of it about. There I are last night. So I don't know, if I'm honest, I don't know. When the when the HP sort of cleared it a bit, I had a look, but I couldn't see anything dead. So we shall see. I think everything will be alright though. I think everything will be alright. Got to trust myself, I think. You know what I mean? So there you go. And thanks to all the new subscribers as well. The numbers have gone up again. Very kind of you. As I said, I've had a couple ask me if I'm going to the National, and I will be there this year. I've got other commitments, so I can't make it to the National this year. I'm hoping to get to Newark. So if anybody's going to Newark, I'll probably see you there. Come up and say hello. Even though you watch me and you know me, I'll of course see you. You know what I mean? People come up and go, "Oh Dave, how been you?" I got a clue you are, mate, sorry. So yeah, there you go. Right, that's me for tonight. I'm trying to go to bed. Up at 5:20 in the morning again. And it is Friday. So that's a godsend. So I'll leave it there and I'll catch you all later in a bit, Aid. How been ya? It's Friday evening, the 21st of June, summer solstice. Carrying on from this morning. Got my mate here, Tony Barker. He's bought me a couple of fish, what I purchased off him a few weeks ago. He's obviously been on holiday and one thing and another, so I'm just about to measure him. I haven't measured him yet. So we've got a goshki. Taniguchi is the breeder. You know, you just know I'm going to forget that. And the Sankey is Izumia. So 2 fish. You want to take the camera and I'll measure them. Oh yeah, I'm going to measure them. Zero's that end. Tony's going to do the orange. Yeah, zero's that end. $61, $62 maybe, yeah. Here's a mere Sankey, 50. 2 new additions to the main pond, going straight in, head first. Straight from here, I'm going to launch them straight over there into there. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more competition for the food, because as I've said, these are a bit lackadaisical on the food, so hopefully these will give them a bit more to go at. There you go, another 2 additions to the main pond. Just while I'm here as well, that's doing guns, it's fine, there's no problems whatsoever. My Tamasaba and Ramoko, I don't give a shit about the rest. So these are more like they've had 3 feeds, well they had 3 feeds through the day on that. That whole last gone. And they've also had 2 feeds since I've come back, and there's absolutely no pellets left on the top. So in a bit I'm going to be doing a water change on them, and obviously a filter clean. So there you go. So that's where I am. Friday evening. I'll do a bit more updates over the weekend if I've got anything to show you. Other than that, catch you later in a bit. There you go. I mean, obviously the goshki being the biggest fish in the pond now. The Sankey being the second biggest. I don't know if it's a toss up between the Sankey and the Chag. I'm looking at them and not showing you. The goshki's still got a lot of black obviously to come out on it. It almost looked like Kawaku with a fuss sitting. With just a little black fleck on, so it is starting to come out a little bit more, but it's just a presence in the pond at the end of the day. I'm hoping they are going to kick off, because the temperature's gone up to 20 degrees, and that's Sankey, where he's just gone over there with the others. He's all over the goshki again, look. He's a dirty swine, he is. As soon as he hits 20 degrees he gets frisky. He's all over the goshki again. I noticed him earlier, dirty bugger. But there you go. Let them settle in. I'll give them a bit of feed after. Thanks to this bloke over my shoulder for them, very kind. And my pants down. I'll tell you. I don't mean it, man, I was only joking. But there you go. Nah, sound. I'll catch you later in a bit, Aid. Been ya? So Bay at home, as you can tell, and you've probably seen this view before. South Devon. There's a place called Ladram Bay. I don't know if I'm focusing or not, but where that is absolutely scorching. Around about 30 degrees. And now I'm heading down there now. So there you go. And that's probably why I've been quiet. Come on, me oldies. Catch you later in a bit, I tell you what, man, dingo. It's warm here. I ain't gonna bore you with me all day, but I just thought I'd let you know what I was up to. The fishing fine, drum sorting itself out and everything. Me and the gaffer. She's on the pims. Me and San Miguel and getting acquainted. And we're just sitting here in the boozer, just having a dinner time point. It's absolutely glorious. But it's the second day in for us. Well, first day really, first full day. We travelled all day yesterday, and that's why I'm a little bit quiet as to the videos. But this one will be going up anyway when I get back. What I'll do is this is probably all you'll see of me now on holiday. I'll upload this when I get back. As I said, I'll put a bit of video on at the pond when I get home. I know it's fine now because I'm keeping an eye on it with the cameras. Tony Barker's also going to pop round in the week and check up on everything for me and water my trees. So hopefully everything should be good. So from me and the gaffer, catch you in a bit, eh? Exmouth Beach. And that's about all that's here.
It's a beautiful beach. We'll shove that way, the sun don't shine.
I've been you. So my oldies over. I'm heading home. See what the fishing like. I've been you. I've just got back. It took 7 hours to get from Devon back to where I am, which is normally 3.5. M5 junction 22 to 24, I think it was shut. And Google, being Google, don't realise you've got a caravan on the back. So there you go. So it sent me down one track roads and all sorts. We managed to get back unscathed. So I've just walked up the garden. We'll get to the big pond in a minute. This needs a top up, but just show you, everything is hunky dory. Needs a top up obviously because he's still sitting at 24. Every fish, everything in there. To be fair, I'm looking good. I'm looking really good. And there's algae on the window, so I'm trying to get you in a clear bit. But I'm looking really good. The water's down probably inch and a quarter, so that's to be expected. Feeder's done its job, so that's kept them well fed and they look okay. I've got a moving carpet on the window. Now I cleaned this just before I went. And it's actually moving. It's a carpet. While I was on holiday, I did buy a thing from, I don't know, Own Bargains or wherever it was, to clean the window, so I'll give that a try in a bit. That's moving. Looks pretty smart, to be fair. But again, these are looking great. I did have an update on these through the week to say they was looking good and everything was fine. So I've got to give a big shout out to Tony Barker, who, the gentleman that he is. Oh, not forgetting Mandy as well, because if I forget Mandy, he'll bite me head off when I see her. Because I know Mandy was here as well, I see her on the cameras, I was watching her. So many thanks to Tony and Mandy. They had a key off me and come round and basically watered my trees for me. So they made sure them they die, even though there's a couple which before I went, I think I already showed you this one. This one here, I repotted it and that's how it's gone. This one seems to be okay, but they'll come back. They'll come back on the second flourish. But all my other trees seem fine. Everything else seems to be okay, so I'm going to give them a water tonight anyway. I think it's got to rain anyway, but I'm still going to water them. Just to make sure, although around the pots, as you can see, there's still some water. They look damp around the pot, so I don't know what rain we've had. Things do look a bit damp, so say we've had some. I actually had a lot of rain on the way back, so I don't know what we've had here. But thanks to Tony and Mandy anyway for popping up a couple of days, a couple of times in the week, and just making sure everything's okay and still alive for me. Because that's the hard bit really. Every time I go on holiday, as I've already said, we have bloody scorchy out weather. That seems to be okay. I repotted that before I went. That seems to be fine. So happy days. But yeah, everything seems to be okay. So right, I've got the grandkids have dropped on us as soon as we got here. The grandkids dropped on us and then just off. So I'm going to say to them, and I'll say to you for this one, and I'll update you again when I see you in a bit. Oh guys, just before I do sign this one off, I just want to say a big congratulations to all the YouTubers who entered the National this year. I know Nigel Pinfield did well from the Mid-Staffs Club. Vince, I know you had a good win on one of them. That's obviously Twisted Koi. And Kashi, of Kashi's Koi, he's put a few rosettes up as well. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise. The internet wore the best where I was. But well done to everybody who entered the National and had prizes. Or even if you had no prizes and you still entered, good on you, fair play to you. That's what the show's all about. But I'll stop rattling now because I've got stuff to do. I've got the easy pod to do on that one and give them a water top up and stuff. Before this rain comes, because I can feel it now. I'm going to try and get that window clean. Well, that bothered. In all fairness, catch you later. In a bit, 8.